They're about to get their just desserts, and I brought the cake. Layers of lies, I bake receipts. You thought I was just serving mocktails and crochet tips? Nah, this is the soft war, and I brought the buttercream justice. Let's go! I've been watching this my whole life. I didn't just wake up to deception. I was raised watching the slow erosion of truth. I saw estates looted, wills rewritten, old women silenced, and legacies rewritten in real time. And I never said a word until now. My father's death was the final thread. It didn't feel right, and the more I looked, the more I found. They thought I'd keep my mouth shut, but I kept the files. This is more than a personal story. It's a pattern, a reckoning, a warning, and this is just the beginning. The book is coming, and so is the storm. I didn't wake up bitter. I woke up booked and busy, baby. They thought I was asleep, but I was marinating. I woke up and stretched and realized the whole estate smelled like fraud. Y'all wanted me to stay asleep so the paperwork could disappear. Oops, alarm clock went off. I wasn't sleeping. I was resting in discernment. I woke up and I remembered everything, especially who signed what and why it don't add up. Some people wake up and check emails. I woke up and checked affidavits. Let's just say that sleeping dogs may lie, but I ain't no dog, and I'm wide awake. This ain't just a wake up, it's a resurrection. And I'm not leaving the tomb without the receipts. They told me not to go digging, so I knocked with a lion's head. Now I'm in the hallway of secrets, sipping truth tea with my pinky up. You opened the wrong door, darling. Turns out I don't just enter rooms, I repossess legacies. Every door they closed, I logged it. Every key they hid, I made a copy. And now I'm opening the lion's gate. Some folks walk through doors. I reclaim them, remodel the foundation, and hang the lion head back in its rightful place. This isn't a new door. It's the forgotten one they hoped I'd never find. Unfortunately for them, I got the memory of an elephant and the instincts of a lioness. Behind every sealed door is a file folder, a safe deposit box, and a ghost story they hoped I forgot. Too bad. I brought the flashlight and the camera. They didn't hear me before, but they gonna hear me now. Jenny, ring the bell. This ain't a dinner bell, sweetheart. This is the judgment chime, and I'm ringing it with manicured fingers and a paper trail. When Jenny rings the bell, it's not for attention. It's to summon the reckoning. Hope your paperwork's in order. I tried silence. I tried grace. Now I'm ringing the bell, and it echoes through the whole bloodline. Y'all thought I was delicate? Turns out I was the bell, and now I'm ringing. Ring the bell, not for drama, but for documentation. Because the truth don't knock, it chimes. Jenny rang the bell, now watch the wolves scatter. See, a lot of the wealth in my bloodline didn't come clean. There were back doors, deals, fronts, shadow alliances, money that looked good on paper but smelled like incense and secrets. And when you don't know the true history behind a thing and you break in like it's just a safe or a will or a title, you're not claiming inheritance. You're triggering a curse. That's why tombs in Egypt were sealed with lotus. One breath, death, because the air wasn't meant for strangers. Look at what happened to Andre. You thought you were stealing jewelry. You didn't know you were inhaling judgment. Some of these vaults were sealed for a reason, not to protect the treasure, to protect you from the consequences. Because you can't loot what was cursed at the root. You break into sacred vaults with no covering, no context, no calling, and wonder why your life starts falling apart. Ask Andre. This ain't just paperwork. This is ancestral architecture, and you weren't cleared to enter. My father may have once hijacked a modern airplane, but long before that, the real hijacking already happened. Airships. Yes, I've been looking at deeper history, so what you did was very petty compared to the bigger crime. Imagine not finishing Spelman College because of money, only to find out your ancestors were some of the first students there. Oh yeah, I knew you laughed at that. I didn't finish Spelman. I dropped out, but I finished at Temple. But you know, you always hated that about my background. You thought that I was bougie and thought I was too good or better than you. That was your own insecurity. But since you thought I was bougie, you know how they say never interrupt a person when they are going against the Most High Yah? I won't interrupt you. But what I will do is I'll eat some popcorn with butter and truffle salt. How about that? Yeah, my family background check may come back a little bit interesting, a little peppered there, because my relatives had certain connections. Let's just say there's mob money, Cold War silence, and maybe a few friendly folks from Langley or somewhere near there who maybe once had a few, suggestions. I wasn't raised in a typical American family. I was raised in a classified briefing with casseroles. I'm not paranoid. I just know what a covert op smells like at Thanksgiving. My family didn't do drama. We did deniability. Forget ancestry DNA. My roots are in restricted archives. Turns out the real family heirlooms were burner phones and plausible deniability. When you find out the Cold War wasn't that cold at your house. But this is the bottom line. This is an American story of lost Southern airship. Stories of booby-trapped estates. They say old money doesn't scream, it just disappears until the daughters wake up and find the files. Hashtag legacy. It's always the one that was never after the money, right? That's the dirty hippie. That's the crunchy granola person, right? You poverty shame them because they don't want all of the material things that this world has to offer. minding our business, eating organic, right? But we're tracking the family fraud in silence, okay? Yeah, catching whispers about missing diamonds, missing cash that was hidden and stashed away. Yeah. Y'all thought I was broke because I wasn't loud. Nah. I just budgeted my piece and saved my receipts. I wasn't after the money, but I noticed who was. The cremation was quick, but the consequences won't be. They pulled the ultimate betrayal, not just family foul play, spiritual malpractice. My father was a devout Catholic. I told you all he was orphaned as a young child, and the Oblate sisters took him in. Old school, candles, cross, holy water. And they cremated him like it was a coffee run at Willie Watkins. No mass, no rosary, just ashes, paperwork, and a slap to everything he believed in. And the kicker, that funeral home sits on a street that was originally named after my people, Old Atlanta. They disrespected his faith on our own soil. But you can cremate a body, you can't burn what's buried in the bloodline. And the reckoning won't be handled in that little urn. And the book is coming. From the family diamonds to the dirty cremation. From airships to airships. From Cuba to Cairo. To court filings and crochet hooks. This isn't just my story, it's the unsealing of everything they thought they buried in ash, in archives, and in silence. And now I'm saying it plainly. The book is coming, so is the reckoning. It's part memoir, part mystery, part holy clapback.